What's up, cool cats and kittens? It is Uncle Mad here today, coming to you from the Gaylord Opryland Entertainment Complex. I don't know if it's really called that. I just named it that because there's the great mall here. You see, what a piece of crap and a stupid thing to exist. But this is where we're going today because I'm gonna go see a movie. Movie theaters are back open. There's a movie theater here. That's probably the one good thing about this place. There used to be a really great theme park here. Really great regional theme park. I don't know if you'd say a great theme park, but somebody thought it was a good idea to tear it down and build a crappy mall in its place. Looking back now that Nashville tourism has spiked pre-pandemic, obviously, I wonder if they would rather still have the theme park here rather than the mall, since the mall industry is pretty much dying. I think yes, because Opryland has since built a water park onto the hotel, which is that way from my purview, but whatever. Haven't been to this mall in who knows how long. Even pre-pandemic, I wasn't coming to a place like this, but we're gonna go see Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Big Christopher Nolan fan here. Really excited for this movie. Glad it's finally able to come out. Glad that movie theaters are able to find a way to safely reopen and we can once again sort of continue to get back to whatever the new normal is gonna be, but we're gonna check out the movie. If we got time, might walk around the mall, just see what it looks like. And if it's still crappy, which it probably is, but that's the plan, so here we go. Now for years over here where this little building and this brickwork was like the final sad remnants of the Opryland USA theme park. They just had a riverboat get you wet splash ride called the Grizzly River Rampage. There's one of those at pretty much every water or at every theme park. There's Kali River Rapids. There's Ripsaw Falls at Universal and Disney. So kind of ride you have at every theme park. And the little riverway that the ride went into just sat empty and abandoned kind of right here for years as a slap in the face and a reminder to what used to be here. But finally a couple years ago, Opryland gutted it, put up some new stuff over there, including this little entertainment facility where they run ice and other events. But you know what, this video is going to be not so much about the movie, it's going to be more about starting the campaign to bring Opryland back. So on the spot, I'm changing what the theme of this video is. This is kind of an interesting look at how everything kind of shut down when it did. As you see, Bad Boys for Life, Mulan, Quiet Place Part 2 were the advertised movies. I believe Quiet Place 2 has not come out. Mulan went straight to Disney Plus, and Bad Boys for Life is like the only movie that came out this year. But here we are. I got a big advertisement here for Bavarian Beer House on the way in. Really great restaurant. Haven't been able to get over there in forever. Probably not gonna have time today, but definitely gonna get over here and check it out, see how it's doing sometime soon. So here's a look at the new movies that are out right now. It's very interesting. New Mutants was originally supposed to come out in 2018, but kept getting delayed, kept getting pushed back, got scrapped at some point due to the Fox-Disney merger. And now in the midst of a global pandemic where people aren't going out and doing much, it finally was released. What a weird, sad movie. This is a documentary about Russell Crowe's life and how it's fallen apart, and a biopic about the great magician David Copperfield and how he became a famous person, starring Hugh Laurie as Doc Brown and Slumdog Millionaire as David Copperfield. I wonder if they reveal how he flies in this one. So you can kind of see, just looking down overall, how empty and quiet the mall is, at least on this side of the mall. Usually would be a lot more hustle and bustle down here, but right now, basically empty. Here you can kind of get a look at what they're showing. I thought they might show some classic movies. There's a lot of theaters that have been reopening have been doing that, but it's pretty much all Tenet all the time. They're showing 42. So I guess that's a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. That's the only kind of old classic movie that's out right now, but it's Tenet, Copperfield, New Mutants, and the Russell Crowe biopic, or documentary, I mean. Yeah, it's a documentary. As of right now, I am the only person in the theater.
Gestures can be the most refreshing.
It is a Tuesday afternoon matinee though. So like the audio of the little pre-movie spiel stuff is playing right now, but the video isn't. Hope this isn't a bad sign for the actual movie.
For those who were born to ride.
Now this is probably what I'm most excited about being back in a movie theater for.
I was.
To take the mask off though to eat it though.
Why are you an idiot? I'll admit it.
Just as good as I remembered.
A lot of us go through life without a purpose.
Can't beat movie theater popcorn, everybody knows that.
They like living in this moment here with you.
Just gonna film myself eating this for the next 20 minutes to fill out the video.
Incredible.
Whoa. Lost one. Oops. Only person in here and I managed to make a mess.
You can help me find Maria. Oh, Maria's gone.
Alright, so the movie just ended. I was the only person in there the entire time. Not terribly surprising for a Tuesday afternoon matinee, but the movie was great. I don't know if it was in the top tier of Nolan movies. I'm going to write a full blog reviewing it, which you can find the link for that below. And I'll also do a ranking once I have time to process and think of it, but it's kind of everything you would have expected out of a Christopher Nolan movie. It was the Nolanest of Nolan movies, so we're gonna do a quick stroll around the mall, just see what all is going on in the rest of the building and see what's going on in this crappy place that should not exist. Dave & Buster's appears to be closed. Looks like there's some hand sanitizer and stuff in there, so I don't know if they have plans or if they're just open some of the time or what, but I kind of understand why a place like this where everything's high touch wouldn't be open though if that's the case. Let's see, Madame Tussauds, not open at the moment. Not sure how many things are closed just based on time, and this probably wouldn't do much business if it was open right now, so maybe it's only open during peak times, I don't know. There's no real signage that indicates when or if it might be open. So we've got floor markers directing you which side of the mall to walk on. Kind of think they should have those all the time because that makes traffic flow work a little better. Mostly quiet day in the food court today. It's a fun story. The first time I ever applied for a job, it was at this Build-A-Bear workshop, but I very quickly realized it was not a place that I would want to work, and I never went to the interview. What could have been, who knows. It's a cool looking store, a lot of sculpture, statues and such. It's a new one, I've never heard of that place. Totally did not know Spencer's Gifts still exist. It used to be like my favorite store back when I was 14. This used to be one of my go-to places to eat on special occasions, but I haven't probably eaten here in like 20 years at this point. Got a moonshine store here. Free tasting bar. Might have to come back and try that sometimes. You know, I don't normally drink, but for the channel I'll do it if that's what y'all want. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna avoid this store because this is actually probably the one store in the mall where I might actually buy something. So at first glance I thought Forever 21 was closed, which seemed like that would be insane because it's like a very popular store, but they have a second entrance down there that's open, so I guess that's to control guest flow. I also saw people walking around in there that threw me off for a minute, but problem solved. Matt solved the case of is Forever 21 open or closed. You're welcome. There's an escape game location in the mall now. It's interesting. These are usually fun, but don't know that that's something I'd want to be doing right now, but maybe, I don't know. I'm bored a lot, so there's a lot of time to fill. I remember when they first opened, this corner right here was a Alabama Grill. Not the state Alabama, the band Alabama. That's when I knew this mall was stupid. All right, so that does it for our trip to the movies / mall. Before I rip this mall apart and talk about how stupid it is, I will give it one compliment. I did not get bothered by a single kiosk person today. It's one of my biggest pet peeves at the mall has been the kiosk people stopping you and wanting to spray perfume on you or show you how their electronic ab machine works and things like that. Nobody did that today. Now, I don't know if that is because they're not harassing people as much because of COVID, or if I've just finally perfected my do not bother me walk, but walked the whole lap around the wall, not one kiosk person bothered me. Several of the kiosks have switched to selling masks though, so, you know, I guess that's something they don't have to push on people as much because everybody kind of needs those right now. But overall, this mall sucks. It's stupid. I remember when it first opened, it had a bunch of dumb stores. Like, it was trying to be different than a normal mall. Like, it had all these random stores and trends or whatever. It was stupid. Now it's just got all the regular stores that every mall has, so it's just, why did it need to exist when all those other malls are out there? All those other malls are dying. They did do a good job on having safety protocols in place. There was like directional stuff on the floors. They had like lines to where if there was too many people in a store, you'd have to wait outside, and they were directing how to get in and out of stores without crossing paths. So a lot of good stuff in place there. I was actually at Rivergate Mall a couple weeks back dropping something off. In and out real quick, but that place is like, whew, it's a disaster zone. Can't really tell if it was just empty and dead and abandoned because that's how it is now, or if it was a COVID thing, but this mall is at least doing better than that mall, which is not saying much because malls suck. It's nice to have a movie theater. It's a nice movie theater. It's one of the better ones in the area. But I could have driven out to Franklin today, seen Tenet at the Dine-In movie theater out there, and come back and had a nightcap of riding Chaos, which, what an incredible ride that was. A little girl died on that. People forget. She climbed up out of the seat and jumped down into the eyeball that was at the bottom of the upward spiral room. Remember that story? That happened. People talked about that back in the day. That's how intense that ride was. People died on it. Wabash Cannonball. Could have ridden that. That ride lasts like 5 seconds. I could have ridden it 50 times today after I saw that movie, but we needed another mall. And now like 30% of the stores in there are abandoned or closed. Who knows why? I think it's because malls suck, but there may be other things going on in the world that impacted that. Who knows? But this begins the campaign. Tear down this mall, rebuild Opryland USA. Starting here. Sign the petition by leaving comments down below. What was your favorite ride back in the day at Opryland if you ever visited, and why was it chaos? Give this video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the more Gaylord will have to listen to us and do the right thing. That's pretty much it. Follow all the rules that they had in place in the mall. Do what I did when I was in that movie, because I was the only person in there, and there was literally no way anybody could stand close to me because I was the only person in the 12 o'clock matinee showing of Tenet. I spilled my popcorn everywhere, which the movie people are gonna know it was me. So I kind of got out of there as fast as I could, because they're gonna be like, that tie-dyed Mickey Mouse shirt just, we wouldn't have even had to clean this theater if he hadn't bought a ticket to see it, if he hadn't spilled his popcorn everywhere. He's ruined my day. Sorry about that if any of y'all are watching this who work there. I was wondering though, if I hadn't bought a ticket to that, would they even show that showing of the movie? Do they just run the showings no matter what happens? If nobody's in it? If you've worked at a movie theater, let me know in the comments down below. Do you show the movie if nobody buys a ticket to it? I was thinking about that a lot during the movie, but like I said earlier, I'm gonna write a full review of Tenet in the blog. Link for the blog's down below, so check that out. Check all the other social media stuff down there below. As a reminder, all merch sales are going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for the remainder of the year, so consider buying some merch if you don't have any already, or if you do have some, get some more, or don't. It's up to you. But like I said, do like I did in the movie theater. Don't stand so close to me. I'll see myself out. So I had heard rumors that they were opening one of these at Opry Mills, and I was very confused when I didn't see it while I was walking around the mall. But it's actually kind of over by where the General Jackson riverboat takes off, so kind of in the mall complex, but not the mall proper. Very impressive that this lady managed to survive cancellation and keep on thriving. Did she beat the cancellation wave? Was that whole thing before people started getting canceled? I don't know. Good for her though.